Hello to all. I'm here to discuss one of my favorite models of handguns that I have ever had the pleasure of shooting. So in my collection, I do sometimes get duplicate handguns of similar models or even sometimes exact model types. For example, I have two P226 XLs and a regular one. I have a P10C and a P10F, three Glock 19s. I had a P07, P09 at one time. At one point I had four CZ75 variants. I believe I only have three now. And today I'm talking about my favorite handgun of all time, and that is the Sauer P226. So at one point I had 5 P226s. Currently I have 4. There's one missing here, which is the stainless Elite. It's in storage. I didn't get it out for the video, but I do currently have 4, not just the 3 that you see in front of you. So I'm going to go over the 3 that I have now, tell you which ones I like most, least, what I do like about the overall platform of the firearm, what I dislike. To start off though, the one I do not have is the stainless Elite, the all stainless frame and slide. It's a great one. It's not the one I dislike the least, but I have also shot it the least. It's in storage. Usually don't get to it that much, probably no more than 150, 200 rounds, but it's a great gun, soft shooter, no issues. The one I do like the least is actually the most expensive one, and that is the P226 Legion RX. So I actually had 2 RX models, and one I do not have anymore is the P226 or the Mark 25 RX. I got rid of that one. I had 2, and to start off, why I don't like this one as much. One, I don't like the optic on the P226. Now, on my CZ P09, I love the red dot, the Delta Point Pro. On Glocks, I like red dots. However, on the Sauer P226s, I do not like the red dots. So there's nothing wrong with this red dot. It's fine. I got a hood to put over it. The dot's fine. But overall, the slide height on these firearms is already a little bit higher. And to even add higher on the sight, I'm just not that great with it. CZ's good with the Glocks, good with it. I definitely prefer iron sights over that. So that's one reason I got rid of the Mark 25 RX. I already didn't like the optics, and then I already had 3 other Mark 25, so no real point in having it. So what's different between this and the other one? So the Legion comes in a fancy case, get a coin, you can buy some Legion products, some branded Legion stuff. So the grips, the overall color, I forgot what the exact color it is, but it's only available in the Legion. The trigger job that comes on it, which personally I don't feel like it's any better over something even standard, especially as the stainless Elite, and then what I've done to the other Mark 25s. Another thing that I usually always had issue with, but I've been getting better with it now, is the way I hold the Mark 25s or 226s, is I usually depress this so in the last round the slide won't lock back. With this, it's a little bit too small, so I have gloves on especially. I really have a hard time actuating that slide stop, slide release right there. So I might say on these, the other 226s, it might be too big. I'm not gonna say that, but it could be a little bit small. But here, they made it too small, especially for me. I would like a little bit bigger. The slide, the decocker is also a little bit smaller, but that is fine as well. There's a little bit more framework on the Legions and slide work. But overall, I mean, it's fine, but it's definitely not my favorite. The way it shoots, like I had a friend, we did like a blind test run. He held up a piece of paper. I couldn't see which SIG I had. I could fire this and I could know the difference between firing this, the stainless, or one of the Mark 25s. Not a bad gun, no issues, just my least favorite out of all the P226s. Now what's weird, I have a P229 Legion, and I like that more than P226. I don't know what the reason behind that is, but as far as smaller, compact, all metal frame guns, the P229, I do like that more than the P226. And the P229 Legion is not the RX model, no optic, iron sights. That's a nice shooting gun, and I prefer it over the 226 Legion. All right, next up is a 6 Sauer Mark 25. This is just a FDE version of it. The RX Mark 25 I had was also FDE, and of course still with the 6 Sauer optic. As you can see on all my SIGs, I do actually have the TLR ones, even just have some more hanging around. Not that I don't dislike, you know, Surefire or anything, but these are great lights for the money. What I have on this one, switched out the plastic grips. One thing I do is I like the short reset trigger. So this Mark 25s do not come with the short reset trigger, which I think is a very, very necessary, not necessary, but very welcome upgrade. The other ones, the trigger reset is much longer. I don't know why they just do not come stock in the Mark 25s. Other than that, this gun's all stock, have the original grip still, just trying stuff out. This is, I don't know what it is about these, but I really shoot the Mark 25s a lot better than other firearms. And as you can see, let me pull this out. The controls, the little slide stop is much smaller, and the decocker is smaller. I do like the texture. You guys can see that on the Legion slide stop over the straight striations on the Mark 25. If I could have that metal work on those, that would be nice. But overall, I do like the size of the decocker, and this could be a little bit smaller, but I do prefer this size over the Legion size for sure. And this one, this is my main one. This was my first P226 Mark 25. I then got this one, and I think I got the stainless next, and then I got the Mark 25 RX, and this was my last one. But this is the first one I've ever had, the first one I ever shot. This is the one I have the most rounds through. If I had to take a guess, I would say easily about 5 to about 7,000 rounds to this one alone. The other ones, this one has at least over 1,000. The Legion and the stainless round 200, probably not to 1,000 on this one. No issues with them. But this is my main one. So what I've done to this one, changed out the grips. These are the TACOP grips. So with these, give a little bit more length at the bottom and kind of a faux mag well. And on these, I use the 20 round magazines. So on this one, they kind of in a way fit flush. Other things I changed, I put a gray gun straight flat face trigger on it, and also this does have the SRT in it as well. Love that. I believe these are Trijicon, yep, Trijicon suppressor height night sights, sound scope barrel, and this is one of my favorite suppressor hosts. The CZ-P09 is my favorite overall suppressor host as far as handguns go, but this is, it's about second. The P09 has been a much more reliable suppressor host, can get a little bit dirtier for a little bit longer and not have any issues, but this is still a great suppressor host. But overall, this is, if I could only choose one handgun, this would be it. I use a thigh holster. I know it's not for everybody. Drop leg holster, thigh holster, I do have both setups on Safariland rig, which is what I have here. But if I could only choose one handgun, this is definitely the one I'm going with. I do have 3 other 20-round magazines. This is one I do keep loaded in the house at all times, just my absolute all favorite. So overall, I would consider myself a SIG fanboy. I'm a fan of lots of their products. Besides these right here, I do have a P229 Legion still. As I said before, I did have a P220. I got rid of that, but I did have to choose an 8-round 45 ACP handgun. That would be on top of my list over many 1911s, hands down. The one that I had an issue with, as far as in this line, is a M11A1, which is, I think, similar to the P228. That was garbage. Like, I had a lot of issues. Collectively, between all my SIG handguns, the M11A1 had more issues than anything. It had an external extractor, like on the Legion. I don't know what was wrong with it. It would have a lot of ejection, feeding issues. I got rid of that one real quick. That's the only horrible SIG Sauer firearm that I got rid of, and I would not recommend it. But if you're looking for a handgun, as far as a carry, go-to in the world, doomsday handgun, I would definitely select or recommend the SIG Sauer P226.